Justin Trudeau thought that his diplomatic onslaught on India could actually help in boosting his sliding popularity in his own country, he could not have been more wrong. Now, since triggering a full diplomatic war with India, the Canadian Prime Minister is being mocked and ridiculed. He's being mocked and ridiculed by the Canadian media, by think tanks, and even YouTubers now. Trudeau and his former ally, Khalistani sympathizer Jagmeet Singh, are being blamed for worsening the ties with India. Take a look at this story.
I think it is obvious that the government of India made a fundamental error in thinking that they could engage in supporting criminal activity against Canadians here on Canadian soil, whether it be murders or extortion or other violent acts. It is absolutely unacceptable.
Justin Trudeau's tirade against India didn't just get a fierce counter from New Delhi, but even Canadian media and think tanks have been criticizing him for making allegations without providing credible evidence and for spreading misinformation regarding the Khalistani threat. In an article published in the Canadian newspaper The National Post, senior journalist and author John Ivison noted that Canada has allowed Sikh extremism to flourish within its borders. He further alleged that Prime Minister Trudeau has allowed diaspora politics to unduly influence foreign policy and criticized the Royal Canadian Mounted Police for making serious statements against India without providing any proof. The same view was echoed by Daniel Bodman, a senior correspondent for the National Telegraph, who noted that this could end up costing Canada billions in trade and that Trudeau's move was to appease Jagmeet Singh and the gang of Khalistani ministers.
So no one believes Justin Trudeau is telling the truth here in Canada. He doesn't have any domestic support. It's just, he is just spitting in the eye of a powerful ally. Is it domestic vote bank politics at this point? Maybe. I mean, is he so desperate to keep the record of #1 Khalistani over Jagmeet Singh? Who knows?
Trudeau is also being accused of worsening the diplomatic situation by failing to address the concerns raised by New Delhi. Trudeau's former ally and Khalistani sympathizer, Canadian MP Jagmeet Singh, is also in the line of fire. He's being mocked for demanding sanctions against Indian diplomats. Yes, you heard that right. Against Indian diplomats, not India.
We got the RCMP that said that Indian diplomats were hiring criminal elements to shoot at Canadians. I can't see why we would do anything other than put in place severe sanctions on those diplomats, on Indian diplomats.
You're not saying that, you're leaving open that assumption. This is the last question if you want.
We're going to let her...
Yeah.
He's gone.
He's gone. Also, that's still not how it works.
Yeah. Trudeau's desperate ploy to deflect attention from his flagging popularity and domestic politics is finding few takers even within Canada. Bureau Report, India Today.
News that's coming in at the moment. It's Congress MP Channi who's echoing what Canada has been saying. Congress MP says central agencies are involved. Who's creating these gangsters? The centre must resolve issues with Canada. Many Punjabis are living in Canada. With regards to that, now we have seen how Channi, Congress MP, is asking questions of the central government, and he's also saying who's creating these gangsters. Agencies have been involved. The centre must resolve issues with Canada. Many Punjabis are living in Canada.
ਸਾਡਾ ਹਰ ਦੂਸਰਾ ਚੌਥਾ ਘਰ ਸਾਡਾ ਕੋਈ ਨਾ ਕੋਈ ਮੁੰਡਾ ਕੁੜੀ ਕੋਈ ਨਾ ਕੋਈ ਉੱਥੇ ਬੈਠਾ ਹੈ ਸਾਡੇ ਰਿਸ਼ਤੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਹੈ ਸਾਡਾ ਪਿਆਰ ਉੱਥੇ ਹੈ ਹਰ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦਾ ਸੋ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਵੀ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਰਿਲੇਸ਼ਨ ਹੈ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਉਹ ਖਰਾਬ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਸਾਡੀ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਨੂੰ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਰਿਸ਼ਤਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਸੁਧਾਰੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਤਾਂ ਰੋਜ਼ ਦੀ ਲੋੜ ਹੈ ਹੁਣ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਸਾਡੇ ਪ੍ਰਵਾਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਲੋਕ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਹੈ ਉੱਥੇ ਵੱਸ ਚੁੱਕੇ ਹੈ ਇਹ ਗੱਲ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਕਲੀਅਰ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਜਾ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਏਜੰਸੀਆਂ ਦਾ ਇਨਵੋਲਵਮੈਂਟ ਹੈ ਇੱਥੇ ਤੱਕ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਵੀ ਕਿਹਾ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਮੂਸੇਵਾਲ ਦਾ ਕਤਲ ਹੈ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਉਹ ਰਾਜਨੀਤਿਕ ਹੈ ਇਹ ਗੱਲ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਥੋੜੇ ਦਿਨਾਂ 'ਚ ਹੋਰ ਅੱਗੇ ਆ ਕੇ ਸਮਝ ਆ ਜਾਏਗੀ
Now, amid the diplomatic controversy that's taking place between India and Canada, Both the United States of America and the United Kingdom are in fact backing Canada. Both US and UK are saying Canada's allegations against New Delhi with regards to the involvement of the killing of the Khalistani activist Hardeep Singh Nijjar are very serious in nature. In fact, both the countries are now asking India to cooperate in Canada's investigation. Take a look at this story.
Trudeau's war on India is steadily escalating. 48 hours after India and Canada took relations to an all-time low, there's suspense over where things will go next. While India has aggressively responded to Trudeau and expelled the top leadership of Canada's High Commission, Trudeau will find at least a little solace in the support he's getting from the Five Eyes, an intelligence coalition of Caucasian nations. The strongest support, unsurprisingly, came from the United States.
We have made clear that the allegations are extremely serious and they need to be taken seriously, and we wanted to see the government of India cooperate with Canada in its investigation. Obviously, they have not chosen that path.
America's placeholder support may come off as alarming, but it's fully on expected lines, considering that Trudeau is unlikely to have declared such a high-level diplomatic war without a sign-off from Washington. Also, the United States has itself clearly signalled that it sees Khalistani separatist terrorists on its soil as intelligence assets against India. But it isn't just the US that Trudeau needs to burnish his diplomatic war against India. Caught in conflict with an assertive Modi government, the Canadian Prime Minister has been dialing leaders of the other nations under what is seen as the White World's espionage club. New Zealand backed Canada, but with caution, even refusing to name India in its statement. The Australian Prime Minister also issued a statement, but held off on naming India. The United Kingdom also issued a statement, but mentioned India, saying the government of India's cooperation with Canada's legal process is the right next step. 3 of the Five Eyes members are also part of the G7 economic grouping. That's where the sanctions talk comes in too. Though Canada risks billions of dollars in trade if the conflict with India snowballs, there's the Five Eyes that the Trudeau government would like to leverage as the issue takes a turn for the worse. Bureau Report, India Today.